Hi everyone, it's Sloan Rhodes here with your spiritual guidance for the week of May 6, 2018. This is for all astrological signs as we look at the energetic wind that's coming through for the week. So first off, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who signed up for the online courses and who's purchased the courses. I have those 2 new courses available. There's a link below. It's a beginning course, how to get started with oracle cards, and the intermediate advanced course, 3 pillars of intuition, a methodology for reading oracle and tarot cards. So thank you to those of you who have signed up and purchased the courses. And also just to remind everyone, if you haven't seen them already, the love and romance readings are up and the life purpose and career readings are up. And just a quick note about the love readings. I know that everyone enjoys the love readings. They're really fun to listen to and listen to everyone else's. But I want to say that the life purpose and career readings are my absolute favorite readings to do, because when I can help you connect, when you resonate with the message of connecting more deeply to your sense of purpose in the world, and you feel more excited and enthusiastic about your life because you're feeling more connected to the divine, to your sense of purpose, it changes all aspects of your life, including your love life and including those who you attract in. So if you don't normally listen to the life purpose and career readings, either mine or anyone else's, I recommend that you listen to them, because they can be amazingly helpful in many areas of your life, not just in terms of your career or your money or your sense of purpose. So, okay, that's all I want to say about that. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to choose 1 card from the Earth Magic deck by Stephen Farmer as the overarching theme for the week, and then 3 cards from the Wild Unknown Tarot, 1 card in the position of what our ego might try to distract us with based on the overarching theme, 1 card in the position of what our heart asks that we explore further, and then 1 card in the position of what we can look forward to or expect regardless. Let's go ahead and get started. It's for all astrological signs, week of May 6, 2018. Okay, here we go. Full moon, completion, wow, and mountain strength under the deck. So the overarching theme is the full moon, completion. Beautiful, beautiful energy. And then we have the mountain, the strength under the deck. Wow. Well, that's a big message there. Certainly you have been building exponentially on the strength and the opening and the awakening that you have been undergoing. Remember, energy work doesn't grow in little bits. Like, you don't add inches and inches until you've got, a foot. Energy work expands exponentially. So it compounds and builds upon itself in very powerful ways. And so you've been building and building and building in ways that you would never even know how to give yourself credit for. So that first and foremost. And second of all, you are, looks like during this particular week, looking at finishing up a cycle here, completing a cycle. We have that sense of fullness, that sense of completion. Really beautiful energy here. And we are just coming off of a full moon. So it makes sense that we would have that sense of fullness and that sense of, I'm done with that now, and now it's into something new, Sometimes there's a bit of a letdown that comes with that. So just be aware of your energy and treat yourself kindly as you work towards completing this cycle, this phase of completion. All right, let me go ahead and get additional cards. I'm going to get 1 card in the position of what our ego might try to distract us with based on the full moon, the completion energy, 1 card in the position of what our heart asks that we explore further, and 1 card in the position of what we can look forward to or expect regardless. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we have the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, sorry, the 6 of Pentacles in reverse in terms of what our ego may try to distract us with. This comes up a lot for some reason in the egoic energy. We have the Father of Pentacles in the reverse in terms of what our heart asks that we explore further. And then what we can look forward to or expect regardless is the Mother of Wands in reverse. Beautiful. Under the deck we have the Ace of Cups. I love that. I love to see an ace with the completion card. It's always nice to see beginnings with endings. It's not uncommon, of course, with the cards, but we have the Ace of Wands under that. So yeah, a lot of fresh energy coming in. It may not manifest necessarily in this week, but it's coming in. All right. Okay. So we have the full moon, the completion card. It's the overarching theme. Our ego is going to try to distract us with the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Now, the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, I feel like this week we'll have a focus on where we feel victimized by others, where there is still energy lingering from something that we've been working to complete, either in a situation or with another person, where we feel as though we are giving more than we are receiving, where there is this sense of unjustness. And because the egoic energy is going to laser beam us with this energy, it can feel very distracting, and it throws us into that feeling of being victimized, and that can come in very different ways. But one of the ways it may come in is that no matter how hard I try, no matter what I do, I'm still not getting it back to me. I give and I give and I give, and it's still not I'm still not feeling it back. I'm still not seeing it return to me. So it can feel very real with the egoic energy. And it's a huge distraction when that energy comes in, because whenever we are looking at the lack, we are in our ego. The heart is always having, open, available. I'm having abundance. I'm noticing love. I'm noticing beauty. And the ego, the egoic energy, is always focusing in on what I don't have. How can I go and get it? Why isn't it being given to me? How am I being victimized here? So you can tell when you're in your ego, and even though it feels very real, and you're maybe even consciously aware of it, sometimes you can't snap out of it right away. So just be kind and gentle with yourself, because you're working to complete a cycle, one of the cycles that this pattern shows up in, okay? Many times, again, it shows up in terms of a relationship with someone else or a situation that seems to just keep coming in. Just notice it as best you can, and then as soon as you can get out of it, you say, oh, okay, whew, I was in my ego for a good hour there, just wallowing in that feeling, and then feeling so angry or hurt, however it comes in for you. And you bring yourself out as best you can and say, and you go into the heart energy, Take a breath, put your fingertips to your heart chakra if that resonates, and you notice what you do have available to you. Because you are actually getting the love back to you. But your ego will make you focus in on the one person who doesn't give it back to you, neglecting to notice all the other ways that you are receiving kindness, beauty, consideration, gratitude, right? So the heart, though, is asking that we explore further the Father of Pentacles energy. And the Father of Pentacles, it may be referring to an earth sign who's in your life, possibly a male, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, but it doesn't have to be an earth sign. It doesn't have to be male. It's an energy here, and it's in the reverse. And so the heart is asking where you can explore further an energy in your life where you, once again, are tapping in to places, let's turn it around to you, to tapping into places within yourself where you withhold from yourself, where you are not giving yourself the care, the consideration, the material goods, the feelings of safety and security that you can, because you are putting it onto someone else. You're noticing too much where someone else isn't giving it back to you. And the heart energy here with the Father of Pentacles in reverse, this is how it's coming in for me, because you're working to complete this cycle, this particular cycle of egoic victimhood. It comes in many different ways, and it doesn't not come in. It's always going to come back in, so we can master these patterns, right? Master these experiences that we have within us. And the heart is saying, where can I explore further? Where I withhold, where I shut down, where I don't give to others because I don't get it back. The heart isn't interested in whether it is receiving it back, because the heart is always receiving. The heart just gives. It's like when you smile at someone and you beam love at that person, and they look at you and just kind of, and that is all that they can give. But the heart is filled with love and beauty for that, because the heart gave not with the expectation that they would give that back to them, but because that's the heart's job. It's like the rose bush blooms not to be admired, but the rose bush just blooms because that's what the rose bush does. And the heart is asking you to explore this further. But in many ways, it may come in, because we have this Father of Pentacles energy, it may come in that there is an individual who seemingly is withholding, not giving you what you want. And so you have to turn it around to yourself here with the heart energy and say, where am I not giving to myself? Is there a place where I'm still withholding safety, luxury, kindness from myself? Where am I doing without, in order to appease someone else, or out of fear that if I have too much, other people will judge me, or that by my having material wealth or safety and security, I'm somehow taking from someone else. It's deep work, but you're working to complete this cycle here, this pattern. Again, this particular cycle, I want to repeat this because it's not usually something that we end forever. It usually comes back in different ways. That's part of what we do here in the incarnation. We go through these patterns in different ways to work through them, to master them more quickly, more easily. Now, for some of you, it may be indeed that you are actually completing a cycle here with an individual. Could be, with a work situation. Maybe there's a boss, the Father of Pentacles can often come in terms of a landlord or an employer who is kind of cheap, withholding this kind of energy. But whenever that comes in, you can, when you can turn it back to yourself, to the heart energy, and say, okay, I'm feeling unappreciated. I'm feeling abused or misused. But where might I still have that energy inside of myself where I'm not giving to myself more fully, where I'm neglecting myself, my needs, in order to give to someone else? Because we have this feeling, this energy here of I always give, and I never get it in return. And for some of you, it may be that you've been giving to the wrong cause here, and then that, if it's a physical, in terms of physical money even, or your resources, time, energy, or something else, and it feels like that person took advantage of you. That may come in here. And again, the message isn't to scare you. The message is, where, if we go to the heart energy, where did I fool myself? Where did I not give to myself first? Very often we want to do good in the world, but we want to do good, but we do good from an empty tank, so then when we're trying to give to others before we have fully given to ourselves, many times it can turn into exhaustion, sickness, feelings of victimization, as though I gave and that person didn't give me back, or they took my money and they ran with it, or they didn't invest it the way they said they would. It doesn't mean that you're on board with this or that it's your fault, but what happens is you can turn it around so you feel less victimized and say, okay, this occurred and I don't want this pattern to repeat. I recognize that there's different ways it's come into my life so far. How can I work to complete it more quickly? By recognizing where there have been times where I wasn't fully giving to myself first. And why did I do that? What was I trying to achieve? Did I want to be liked? Did I want to be loved? Did I want to feel more secure or accepted? And you can begin to play with it more, because that's part of the spiritual game that we're here to do, And then we have the Mother of Wands in terms of what we can look forward to or expect regardless. And the Mother of Wands energy in the reverse is going very nicely. It may be a week. Again, we're working to complete a cycle where it's almost like we're on someone else's agenda. We have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. We're giving, not feeling it back. We have the Father of Pentacles with the heart as we explore further. Where are we not giving it to ourselves? Where are we allowing someone to take from us because we're not holding our own ground? We're not honoring ourselves. And then the Mother of Wands in the reverse in terms of what we can look forward to regardless. It could be that there is a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, who's prominent, where, you kind of got on their bandwagon a little bit, or maybe it was you just kind of overextending yourself and trying to get everyone on board and trying to make it work for everyone else, and then you kind of fall by the wayside, And the Mother of Wands in reverse would be extremely enthusiastic, but not necessarily someone who wants to get their hands dirty, or they just have a lot of great ideas, but not necessarily the know-how and how to get it all done. So it may be that you kind of got involved with someone like this, or maybe there's an element of you in here as well. Again, these aren't negative energies. It's just a very short period of time. It's a week. but there's this idea of completion. And because we have this full moon, it may seem very, it may be the tipping point energy. You're like, I'm done. I'm done being on someone else's page when I don't feel it back. I'm done, trying to put forth someone else's agenda in the world when it's not really what my heart desires, where I'm giving beyond my either energy level or abilities or whatever, or someone else is not taking responsibility and it's all landing on me, and now I'm feeling victimized. And how can I more easily and more quickly get out of that feeling of victimization and begin to take more responsibility and more agency for myself? We do have that beautiful Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands. These are gorgeous energies coming in for you, for all of us. The heart opening more, feeling more enthusiasm, more joy for life, more life force, more vitality coming in. So, for some of you, it may feel like a heavier week. It's going to vary depending upon how everyone experiences these energies and your own particular way of being in the world. So, but be easy and kind with yourself, and as soon as you can, as often as you can, when you feel that sense of like being victimized, or I'm always giving to the wrong cause, or I don't get back, when you can, bring yourself into the heart energy and look where you are receiving so many beautiful gifts from people all the time. But the ego has you hyper-focused on either one person or one experience where you didn't get it back, missing the 99% of the times when you are getting it, but you're just not available to feel those or see those experiences because your ego has you fixated on one particular thing. It'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting week for me as well. So, all right, I wish you much love, and I will see you either at your private appointment, either for a tarot reading or a Reiki healing, or maybe over on the online courses, or these readings are all available on the podcast, on Stitcher, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. I have links here, right here, as well as below. So much love to you.